Game Review, Bloodborne. Bloodborne is quite difficult, very playable, but does not dumb down the action. You will die a lot, however, that is one of the best parts of the game. Read on to find out more. His footsteps clatter across the cobblestones, his bloody scythe in one hand, empty gun in another as he rounds the corner panting. Behind him, a horde of crazy townsfolk with all too long hands, carrying pitchforks, torches and whatever they can get their hands on. He, your character, scrambles up the steps, hopeful that he's finally gotten away, when he comes to a dead end. No other way, he turns around to stand and fight, his scythe snaps and extends. The battle is close, as he hacks and slashes his way, dodging makeshift blades and wooden shields. When all that's left is one lumbering beast of a man. Your character uses the last of his own life force to create blood bullets, and at the very last second staggers the beast and in one move eviscerates it. The battle is over. Up until you hear soft padding behind you and turn around to face two very large werewolves. There's nothing left to do but die. Video games are all about experiences. Immersing you in worlds of fantasy or horror, where you either be the hero in a war or the only survivor or a zombie outbreak. However, none of these games really capture the true despair of being outnumbered, outgunned as the Souls series. Directed by Hidetaka Miyazaki, these games are unforgiving in their difficulty and yet incredibly fun to play with solid fighting mechanics and a wonderful risk-reward gameplay. Now, the Souls series moves into next generation with Bloodborne. Story and setting. The Gothic city of Yharnam has drawn millions of people to it for its mysterious miracle cure. You are one such outsider, arrived newly into the city that you discover has been twisted by a plague. An illness that's driven all the townsfolk mad, and into monsters. Now you're trapped in the city, on the night of the hunt. Where you roam the streets as a hunter, or the hunted. Unlike every other game, the story of Bloodborne does not unfold in many cutscenes, played out by dummy actors. The player can play through the game oblivious of the story, however the lore is there, and very deep, for those who search. What befell Yharnam and what happened to its tragic denizens can be found through clues hidden, as well as knocking of doors of cowering townsfolk. Hiding from the night of the hunt. Bloodborne will send creeps down your spine. As you pass by some doors with moaning and crying. Some have laughter tinged with madness. While in the distance you can hear screams and roars of beasts. In many ways Bloodborne is a horror through and through. One that puts you in a front row seat. Though, it's a story that makes you want to be on top of the hunt. The biggest and baddest of them all. Gameplay. The first paragraph sums up the game. You are alone against all odds. Even if you are fully leveled up, the smallest minion can kill you, if you aren't smart, quick and know the battle system. Expect to die a lot at first while you learn. Death is a big part of the game. Sure, it is frustrating, because your mind is wired from games past, dying is bad. However, in Bloodborne, dying and being reborn at the hunter's dream, lets you know how to avoid, know what to do and try and overcome. The battle system is fantastic, fluid and fast. You have a right and a left-hand weapon that are controlled by the trigger. So your sword and gunplay works with these. The good part is your weapons transform for reach or damage. Fighting is all about slashing, watching your endurance, rolling and dodging incoming attacks, and timing your gunshots at the precise moment when the enemy is about to attack for a visceral high-damage blow. Once you get a hang of this, the battle system is addictive. So good, you just want to really get perfect at it. This is thanks to the risk-reward nature of the game. Killing beasties earns you blood echoes, that lets you buy stuff or level up your character. Now when you die, you lose all your echoes. When you're reborn, you have to go to the spot you got killed, or in some cases, have to kill the enemy that killed you to retrieve your lost echoes. This system makes venturing into any alley is like taking a gamble at a casino. What lurks beyond in the darkness can most definitely kill you. It's a chance you have to take, either you get their blood echoes, or they get yours. This aspect of the game is the best part. The euphoria you get when you survive, and dominate your foes, or when you finally kill one of the gigantic bosses, is unparalleled in a game. Sure, the game does throw a few bones your way. You can upgrade your weapons for more damage. Plus, if you get hit by an enemy, you can recoup the health you lost if you're quick enough to strike back within a second. However, the game is tough. It will get frustrating. However, there's nothing close in the video gaming world to the addiction of this game. Multiplayer. Another thing this game does unconventional is the multiplayer. Rather than have usual death matches, the multiplayer here is passive. Thousands of players around the world are playing this game. Are dying with you. You get to find this out by reading warning notes left by players or seeing their specters at the time of their death. Occasionally you can see the white ghost of another player fighting around you, making the lonely city a lot more friendly, knowing there's someone out there who is sharing your experience. Using certain items, you can call forth a player to help you out in a tough battle, which is where the multiplayer becomes more active as your buddy helps you take down the boss or clear off an area, making playing Bloodborne a lot more fun, knowing there's someone coming to your aid. Graphics and sound. Bloodborne is best played at night, in the dark, with your home theater set to a good ambient volume. The sound engineering is fantastic. As you hear howls, and shuffling feet, raspy breathing of a bad guy in wait or a monster lurking in the dark to get to you, padding of feet. I just sets you on edge, into hunter mode. The predator in you on the surface. Graphics-wise, Bloodborne looks amazing. Bringing the Gothic world to life. A twisted London of perpetual night. With immense attention to detail in the architecture and design of the city. Twisted level design that leads you up to rooftop balconies and walkways to underground sewers. Bleak but beautiful. What also stands out is the animations of your character and the numerous bad guys, which will keep popping up in your friendly neighborhood nightmares. If you live in Mumbai, after playing this game, you will probably never ever walk alone at night in the Old Fort district. Conclusion. Bloodborne is not recommended for those who don't like tough games. If you feel all the games out today do not pose any challenge, you will love this game. A fresh, unforgiving and yet addictive experience that keeps you coming back for more.